everyone, welcome or welcome back to the channel. It is April now. It is the 4th month of the year. It is my birthday month. I'm turning 20. No, I'm still 18. In March I read 4 books, well technically 3 because one I'm still reading, but if I get it done tonight I am counting it. 3 are physical books and then 1 was on my Kindle because I don't have the physical book, and I was gonna get the physical book but I was like, you know what, let's not get it, so I didn't. Go me! How many books do I have on my TBR? I have 7 books on my TBR. I was gonna do a little fun TBR video where I spin like a wheel and I either get to choose books on my physical TBR or I choose from a prompt. And I really wanted to do that, but it is my birthday month and I don't want to be disappointed in my birthday month, so I decided to do that for next month. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming out in 4 weeks. We're just gonna get right into it. We're not gonna dilly-dally. First book that I read for the month is Done and Dusted. This is a little short cowboy romance. I did buy the second book, Swift and Saddled, because I forgot that it came out and then there was 1 book left, so I bought it. This one follows 2 characters. Did that slip? That slipped. So you follow Emmy and then you also follow Luke. Emmy comes home because of something that had happened and Luke is just there in the small town. He owns a bar and that's when he sees her again, because Luke is Emmy's brother's best friend. And that's basically all I can say, because did this book really have any plot besides she just came home and then there was a spark? There wasn't really much plot at all. I gave this book 3 stars. It wasn't a bad book. I did enjoy the writing. I think because I've read too much fantasy books, and usually in fantasy books the romance, if there's romance in it, it's not slow paced but it's also not fast paced. And so when I go back to a romance book I kind of forget that it's not gonna take like 500 600 pages, you know, for them to get together. So obviously this is a short book. I think it was like 300 something pages. Felt like they sometimes didn't have any chemistry, like romantic wise. I felt it was more friendship area. Some friendships in this book I didn't really see much, so I couldn't really feel the friendship going on. Towards the end of the book there were some cute moments. That's why it's a 3-star and not like a 2.5. And also it didn't make me want to DNF the book at all. Like there was no point where I was like, I want to DNF this book, they have no chemistry whatsoever. Like it was a whole vibe. I am definitely going to read the second and the third book because I do want to read mainly the third book, which is Emmy's brother and best friend, and I really want to see that because it's very Grumpy Sunshine and I'm very excited for it. I don't know how it's gonna go but I'm excited. And single parent dad trope. The next book that I read was on my Kindle and that was The Fiancé Farce. I heard one thing about the book and the person said that they really enjoyed it and that was it. No one else has really said anything about this book at all, and I bought it on my Kindle and I read it and I loved it. It was a 4.75 stars. Listen, I was gonna rate it a 5 stars. Maybe I should, just so I have a 5-star book this year because I don't have one yet, which is very unfortunate. This book follows Tansy and Gemma. Tansy had made up a little lie so she could get out of going to like these family events because of someone that she knew and dated in her past is now a part of the family. She made up a little lie saying that she has a girlfriend and that girlfriend's name is Gemma. She goes to her stepsister's wedding and her stepsister is marrying the guy that Tansy used to date. And who shows up? Gemma, because Gemma is the groom's cousin. Did Tansy know that? No. Did she know she was going to show up and now something was going to happen? No. Obviously she finds out about what Tansy has said and Gemma comes up with a little deal with Tansy at this wedding while they're dancing. And so the deal is they get married because Gemma wants to and needs to inherit a business that her grandfather had given to her, and obviously the only way she can take ownership of the business is if she is married. And what does Tansy need from her? Well, she needs money so that she can buy her bookstore because her stepmother wants to sell the bookstore. I really enjoyed this book. I loved it so much. I love Gemma. I love Tansy. I hate some of the side characters so much, but they get what they deserve and it is amazing. Gemma is just And I was also listening to the audiobook, and the narrator for it, she knows how to narrate a sapphic rom-com book that has As Good as Dead on the cover, not the other one. But anyways, and I love Gemma's Friends as well. They made the story so much better and I loved it. It was so good. The next book that I read, I finished just last night. Don't think I've finished a thick book in about a week. In quite a while, so I'm impressed with myself. But technically I was mainly listening to audiobook, or else this would have taken me probably like 2-3 weeks to read. I read As Good as Dead. I can't say anything about this book because you need to read the first and the second book, you know, to understand this one, and I'm not going to spoil anything. Going into this book, I did know something that's in the epilogue, which is literally just one thing, so I guess that was like mainly a spoiler, but kind of not. No, actually it was a spoiler because it happens a couple chapters, 2 chapters like before, like something that leads into it. So anyways, yes, so I finished the book last night. I listened to this book non-stop. I listened to it on the way to work, I listened to it on my way home from work, I would listen to it while I was playing Minecraft, doing anything, literally just listening to the book. I'm very happy though that my Spotify audiobook limit didn't stop when reading this book. It finished just at the last chapter, and then I read the epilogue and I was just like, oh, really enjoyed the book. I gave this 4.75 stars, and the reason it wasn't full 5 stars is because some things in the book were just a little bit slow for me, and I just didn't really know where this was gonna go, and I was like, oh, am I gonna like this, am I not? But I really did enjoy it. It is so good. Definitely a bit more darker than the first 2 books, but I still loved it nonetheless. Very sad that it's over, but I still have the novella to read, which is Killjoy. I will read it soon, just not right now. I'm not really feeling like reading a novella, even though it's very short. I have a range of books for April. I have fantasy, I have romance, I have literary fiction, which is surprising. And people can be like, oh my god, you're not reading romance or fantasy. Yes, I'm deciding to branch out. I'm gonna get the first 2 books out of the way because you guys already know 2 books I'm gonna be reading until I actually read them. And that is Queen of Shadows and Kingdom of Ash. I'm doing my reread of Queen of Shadows because I want to annotate this copy, and then I'm gonna do my first time read of Kingdom of Ash. Don't think I'll get it done this month, but you know, you never know what happens. But I am excited but scared. I'm probably gonna bawl my eyes out in Kingdom of Ash, I know, but what can I do? The next book I want to read is a romance, and it is The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. I've heard this is a really great book. One of my friends that I met through, you know, the book community really enjoys this book, so I'm excited to give it a go. And this will be my first K.A. Tucker book because I haven't read anything by them yet. Next book is another romance, and it is Delilah Green Doesn't Care. Does she care? We're gonna find out hopefully this month. This book has just been staring at me for the longest time, and I've been staring back at it, and I'm like, do I read it? Do I not? And I was like, you know what? We're gonna read it. We're gonna read it in April because I have a good feeling about this book. Next one is a classic, and it is The Picture of Dorian Gray. I really love this leather bound one. This was like a Barnes & Noble special edition, and it is kind of weird for me to say because I've never been to Barnes & Noble ever in my life, but Robinson's Bookshop somehow has Barnes & Noble leather bound editions of classic books. I did watch the movie that has Ben Barnes in it, and to say it was very weird, and I had no freaking idea what the hell was going on because I did watch it in class, which was not a good idea whatsoever. Listen, I didn't know what was gonna happen in the movie, okay? I skipped over the parts that I did not need to watch in a classroom. I don't know, I just feel like the book would intrigue me, so we're gonna give it a go. The next book that I want to read is a fantasy book, and that is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I have been very in the mood to read this book, so I think once I finish Wildfire I will read this immediately. I think the cover just intrigues me a lot and I just want to read it. The last book that I want to read in April is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I don't know what kind of, it's not a high fantasy. I don't know what kind of fantasy it is, but I know there's a magical typewriter and they hate each other, I'm pretty sure. That's like all I know from the book. I'm excited. I think it'll be very good. I really love the cover. I think it looks beautiful and I can't wait to read it. And then if I enjoy it, I'll read the second book. And hopefully that's good too, because I feel like a lot of second books that have been coming out in series, they just don't hit the same as the first one. And then the third one comes out and you love it, that one, you know. But anyways, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'm very happy that I am picking up the pace with reading books. And I do have some videos coming out very, very soon, and I have some more that I will be making this month, so stay tuned for those. I'm very, very excited. And that's about it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!